I'm speechless. Two goofballs in the pool.
You know why I'm not speechless?
Why?
Because I'm an island. What is happening?
I don't know and ain't trying to understand it.
For a brief moment, these dudes actually seemed unstoppable online. Every platform you checked, there they were, racking up 222 million views and crushing numbers with over 2 billion interactions just on TikTok. The Island Boys burst onto the scene like they owned it, taking over feeds everywhere within what felt like days. But once that surface level hype wore off and the real story started coming out, everything went downhill quick. One drama after another kept piling up. You could feel it coming, like the whole operation was about to shut down any second. Jack Doherty even pointed out exactly where this was going, and he ended up being completely right. Fast forward less than 12 months, and the switch is wild. Their fall has been steep, dropping to rock bottom faster than anyone thought possible, with one of them literally homeless at one point. This wasn't some quiet exit from the spotlight either. The whole world watched it play out in real time. When you actually look at their choices during the peak, it's tough to say they weren't responsible for what happened. Every single move they made, each decision along the way, it all added up. Now, they're basically right back where everything began. Frank and Alex Menegas weren't starting fresh when fame hit. They had problems trailing them from way back. Criminal records, stealing, legal drama, all of that was already attached to their names. Things got bad enough that their own mom put them out when they were only 18. That was reality before cameras ever turned their way. During those early days, they were grinding for any attention they could grab. Ink, tracks, the whole aesthetic, whatever might make people look. They went all in on building that image, betting everything it would eventually blow up.
How much did you spend on all your tattoos? I spent around 30K, and I'm only 20. I'm turning 21 on July 16th, so...
Years went by without a single breakthrough. Then, one random video changed the entire game for them. That clip everyone's seen a million times now. It took off immediately, spreading across every corner of the internet and getting reactions from all types of people. Here's the thing though, most folks weren't actually fans. They were clowning them. That difference was huge, and you could see it right away. The reality of that gap hit hard the moment they tried doing live shows.
I'm gonna do it while I'm staring at the sun. I've been really at the pool gazing, and the pool where I'm staying. I'll feel like the pool was saying, time to be the greatest.
When they hit the stage at Club Live in Miami, reality crashed down hard. No filters, no second takes to fix mistakes. The crowd straight up booed them until they had to leave. People weren't feeling it whatsoever. That moment revealed everything more clearly than thousands of hate comments could. It was brutal, and it showed the truth. They had this one tiny song, not even half a minute long, and couldn't even get through it properly. At the same time, the criticism kept building everywhere online, but they stayed locked into their own narrative. According to them, this was just the beginning of something bigger. When cameras were on them for interviews, they talked like the cash flow would never stop, talking about millions coming in left and right. Zero concerns about anything. Right then, they fully bought into the idea that this attention was permanent.
How much money did y'all have at that time? Were y'all broke at that time?
$8,000-$10,000. I ain't have much. I was hustling. I was 8 to 10 bands.
So the video goes viral. Like, when do you realize your life changes after that?
Bro, we were making $40,000 a day.
They kept pushing that one viral clip like it was going to carry them indefinitely, convinced the wave would never break. That approach came back to bite them immediately. The rest of the world had already seen through it. To everyone watching, they were nothing more than entertainment. The punchline: when you blow up that fast online, you can fall off just as quick. Despite bringing in more cash than they'd ever seen, they completely missed what was actually happening. Nobody was really rocking with the music. The views were coming from people tuning in for comedy. By the time that truth sank in, it was already too late. The moment even that clout started drying up, panic mode kicked in instantly. Every chance to make a dollar became fair game, regardless of how it made them look. Staying relevant became the only thing that mattered. Rather than putting work into something with longevity, they doubled down on being a circus act. Now it was manufactured beef, set up controversies, literally whatever could keep eyes on them.
I'm a targeted individual. You don't like it because you know I'm targeted.
Red,
you want to be just like me.
Wait.
Follow the leader.
Red,
Follow the leader.
I made Island Boys.
I'm the one that told you let's get in the Airbnb, and I'm the one that made the actual bars.
Okay.
You're a hater.
Other hustles came next, like running Cameo shoutouts, but that situation got ugly too. Instead of handling business professionally, they were going off on customers who left negative feedback, making everything look worse. The pricing tells the whole story. The Island Boys even slashed prices in half for their Cameo videos, clearly showing a fall off in demand. What makes this messier is they probably needed those earnings more desperately than anyone realized, because when the bag was coming in heavy, financial discipline wasn't part of the equation. Seemed like every dollar that touched their hands got spent before they could even think twice. Nobody knows the full amount they burned through, but finance expert Graham Stephan broke down some of it, particularly all the jewelry
they copped. And the figures were insane. We're talking massive amounts dumped into chains and iced out accessories like money grew on trees. Beyond just the purchases though, it was the entire mentality. They carried themselves like the momentum was unstoppable, like the ride would keep going forever, no matter what.
So far, what I could tell in terms of their resale value of their jewelry, they're wearing $94,000 worth of jewelry. That would be the resale value. And then let's assume that they have another $50,000 worth of other stuff that they're just not including in this. So let's just say they have about $150,000 worth of collectible assets for each of them. So that's how much they have in jewelry, approximately.
That arrogance ended up costing them everything, mainly when they passed on signing with Kodak Black's Sniper Gang. That was a chance to lock in actual money up front and build legitimate ties in rap with someone who had real credibility. Having Kodak backing them could have completely shifted how the culture viewed them, giving them respect in both the music world and the streets.
He said he wanted to sign me like 10 times, like I'm a John Hancock this. He want him to like do weird things, like not weird things, but cut his hair. He got mad at me or something like that or something because he stopped like having the same type of energy right when he told me, I want you to cut your wigs off.
Rather than securing something solid, they went harder on the lifestyle flexing. Luxury cribs, Bentleys, money everywhere. That became who they were. After a while though, it quit hitting the same and just seemed fake. People who were originally rooting for them started backing away.
The whole vibe got more obvious and folks stopped being interested. What really hurt them was shutting out everybody who tried offering advice. They moved like they already knew it all. You could see that attitude play out when they showed up on Impulsive. Near the end of it, George Janko brought up how jewelry might keep its worth over time. But rather than actually listening, they felt like he was coming at them sideways. The whole mood changed right there, and they got up and left the podcast. Stuff like that didn't earn them any credibility, but it sure got people talking and watching. From that point on, they stayed in the spotlight, just not how they probably wanted.
So I wanted to ask you the question, like, do you guys regret walking off that podcast?
No, I wouldn't regret it. I went probably 5 times more viral than in that podcast than I probably would have if I just would have had like a regular sit down.
Every incident kept breaking down whatever respect they had remaining. When it comes to his brother, Kodiak Red, the situation looks just as bad, possibly even worse. Recently, he barely dodged jail time after some driving charges, which only added more questions about where things are headed.
Yeah, traffic citation. You must have got a ticket and not paid it, man.
What?
It says December.
Like this December?
I think so. I think it was this year.
Word is, he's having money problems. Can't even keep up with his car note. That stress is supposedly hitting his brother hard as well, since he co-signed for the car, even further ruining the Island Boys' financial situation.
It's not even his fault, it's his brother's fault because his brother hasn't paid his car in 4 months, and we could show you guys the voicemails of the car people calling him every single day saying where is a payment, and it's under his name. We can't figure out if it's the cosign or the main one, but Alex's name is a part of it and he has not paid it, and it's affecting him now, which is affecting us and our family.
Looking at where they are now compared to where they started, it's wild how fast everything fell apart. The Island Boys went from having the internet in a chokehold to barely getting mentioned unless it's about some new problem they're facing. That viral moment they thought would launch a real career ended up being the peak, and everything after has been a steady decline into irrelevance. The clout dried up, the money stopped flowing, and all those flexes that used to flood their feeds are nowhere to be found anymore. What's crazy is they had multiple chances to turn things around. Real opportunities were right in front of them, but they kept making the worst possible choices at every turn. Burning bridges, beefing with people who could have helped, spending recklessly when they should have been saving, rejecting deals that could have given them stability. Every decision seemed designed to speed up their downfall. The fame they chased so desperately became toxic the moment they got it. And instead of adapting or learning, they just kept pushing harder in the wrong direction. Now, one of them is dealing with homelessness, while the other is scrambling to avoid legal trouble and keep up with basic bills. The Bentleys are gone, the mansion lifestyle vanished, and the jewelry they dumped all that money into probably got sold off for whatever they could get. All that's left is a cautionary tale about what happens when you mistake viral attention for real success and refuse to listen when people try to help you build something lasting. The internet moved on months ago. New viral moments, new faces, new jokes. The Island Boys became old news faster than almost anyone in recent memory. Their name still comes up sometimes, but only as a punchline or an example of how not to handle sudden fame. That's their legacy now. Not the music, not the brand they tried building. Just a reminder of how quickly everything can collapse when you don't respect the opportunity.